Just quickly, this is a voiceover from Steve. Are you all right? So before we let you get on with your actual remote viewing, on your screen you will see a QR code. And on the QR code, if you can find somehow of scanning it with a different phone or laptop or PC, you will see the fact that on there you can find everything to my social medias and readings that I offer at this time. So on there is also my WhatsApp, my Messenger, my Facebook, private and also business ones, Instagram, Twitter, all of those links, and then all of the links to the shop, to the readings that I'm offering at this time. And if you would like to, please find a way of scanning them. If you also want to join the join button and you can't find it on YouTube, you can actually find it through the app. Once you have the app, if you save it on Chrome as a favorite, you will never need to scan it again. Okay, because it's not a downloadable app. It is just my personal one with all of my details on it. Once you've got it, you just need to save it as a favorite in Chrome or Google. And then every time you go on that, you can look up the app and you will find all of the links to everything that you need to contact me for readings or questions. Thanks very much, and I hope you enjoy your remote viewing. Pisces, how you doing? So I'm hearing the chosen one, Luke or Luke Skywalker. So the name's Sky or Ty or Tyler or Tanya. Anybody's got T. I'm also hearing Britannia, Britain or Brittany, Spears. Okay. So I'm picking up like an 8 of Wands, communication, travel. The chosen one, Luke in the Book, someone from Sheffield. Okay, or Birmingham. Okay, or Leeds. I'm also hearing the name Laura, Leanne, Anne, Anna, polyamorous. Ooh, okay. Someone that's married. Choices in marriages. Anyway, Pisces, how you going? So before we completely start, this is a remote viewing, obviously. If you are part of the channel, then you know what it involves. If you don't, then this is where I put loads of messages together from the Akashic Records. It's remote viewing, it's automatic writing, it's automatic drawing. I've done it for years. Sometimes deceased loved ones can come through, depending on whether you know. If you've just found the channel and you have literally no idea, then just try to give it a chance, because you'll start to understand my method, right? So Pisces. So I'm definitely hearing like Luke Skywalker, you are not my father. So there may be a stepfather energy here, okay, or trying to find out my identification of who I am to do with around my family, okay. Now, there can be this, I'm also hearing family affair. So what I'm picking up is that someone is married, okay, marriage, and they're married, but they're having an affair with their ex-wife. Okay, and it's to do with married with children. Okay, now never go off what I'm saying, only go off facts of what you know, because I don't want to feed into people's thoughts and then you just placebo yourself and get a thought, right? So there's an energy of what Spirit is saying is that there's something to do with married with children, but there's an affair within that, meaning that I'm already married, but I met someone after the aftermath. Okay, or the aftermath is what we used to say up in Sheffield. I used to live up in Sheffield. But there's this energy of where like stepchildren and children, and I'm married, but my ex keeps going off back to his ex, okay, trying, because he can't get over, because that's where the abandonment loop comes from. You've like, if you're new, man, y'all got to look at my teaching videos, because everybody keeps asking me the questions that I've already done, and that's because people have just found the channel. So about abandonment loops, right? Like, I feel like I was a failure. You know, my marriage didn't work. Contact with my children, it's given me abandonment issue. I ended that marriage and I went and got married again. And now I'm still contacting my ex for children. And there's an abandonment issue that's kind of coming from that energy there of like making a choice between my present partner or my ex-partner, right? And some of that is to do with marriage. Okay, the marriage people, the people that are married. So you're looking at the Hierophant, right? the Hierophant and Sagittarian energy and Taurus energy, or life path 5s. Okay. So if you also didn't know, I read in numerology, but Pisces doesn't have another star sign that represents a number 3. So you don't get another star sign. Like if I was doing Taurus, I'd say, Taurus, you can watch this as a Sagittarian or a life path 5 because there's another star sign that represents a 5. Okay. 3, you don't get one. 2, you don't get one. 1, you don't get one. 7, and then also 9, you don't get one either. So Cancer and then Virgo energy. Okay. So I was picking up an also message before I started where I couldn't make up my mind. So I'm picking up like a Libra energy, right? And I couldn't make up my mind whether to do Pisces first or Cancer, right? And because everyone's been asking me for these star signs. And every time I was kind of like flicking between, okay, I'll do Cancer, no, I'll do Pisces, no, I'll do Cancer. It was a message within itself telling me that someone can't make up their mind maybe between 2 people. Okay. Now, this could be a life path 3 or a life path 7, right? And now some of you could be dealing with those star signs. Someone could be like a life path 3 or Cancerian vibe. Okay. And I can't choose between these 2 people. Some of you, you've made a choice. My choice, because what I picked up message from that was, what was the message that I picked up? Sorry, Pisces, just give me a second. I can't make up my mind between these 2. And it was, I choose myself, I think, something like that. The message ended up coming back to me as I choose myself. Okay. That's why we get a selfish energy, because that would be like Pisces. Because it's like the chosen one, which is why I come up with like Skywalker. And then Luke in a book. Luke is normally people from Manchester, Leeds, so what we're picking up is message-wise is destination. Someone is picking up an energy of where shall I move, okay, or where shall I go to, okay. You're my go-to, my goat. So is that something to do around a Capricorn? But the Capricorn could be a Gemini energy, okay, because it'd be a 6. So it's like destination. I'm looking at moving, possibly to a destination, Shion. Okay. So some of you, it might be a holiday or a breakaway. So I'm breaking away. So you got an 8 energy here, like Aquarius, Leo, Aquarian. I need a breakaway. I'm looking to get out of something that I'm in and go forward to somewhere else. Elsa, the sea, Clacton on Sea, Erica, America. Someone here could be deciding to go to America. Excuse me, Pisces. Someone here is like looking at destinations of like, I want to go and visit somewhere near the sea. Okay. And then I might want to come and see you. Natalie? See you. I want to see you. I want to come and see you near the sea. It's like I want to meet someone near the sea. S-E-A, not S-E-E. Steve. But I don't know, there's this seeing energy of like, I haven't even seen you. Like, I don't know. Scene. Making a scene. Oh, wow, I'm getting kind of confused now with messages because I'm kind of running out of them. Spirit, come on. I'm choosing either myself. I choose myself. That was it. That was what I picked up through here. So it's come back to me now. It's all coming back to me. So some of you might be wanting your ex back or some kind of situation like that, or someone's coming back to someone. But it was to do with I choose myself. Yeah, I think I did do that though, didn't I? It's all coming back to me. Will they come back to me? Oh, that was it. No answer is an answer. That was what I picked up. No answer is an answer. Right? Because it's kind of like I haven't got an answer yet. And if I haven't got an answer, that means there is an answer. The answer is hidden. So if I haven't had an answer, there is my answer. Someone's not interested. Not might be around a Pisces. Not interested. Right? You always have to go off actions, Pisces. These are very important so you don't get lost metaphysically. Okay? Like when you meet the right person, there should be a lot of dialect, a lot of communication, a lot of talking. Okay? If there isn't and you haven't got an answer, that is your answer. I haven't got one. Right? So it means that your actions are proving that someone's not really into someone. Okay? What's there in the name John or Joan? Anybody's got J in the name, J-A. What's there in Stimpson? Simpson. Jaundice? J. Sorry. Pisces. How are we going to wrap this up? Because it feels like... What does it feel? What do you feel? Someone's trying to see how they feel about someone. Like I'm trying to navigate myself through how I feel. How do I truly feel? Someone here hasn't really made up their mind. Right? I don't know how I actually feel. Like I can't seem to feel anything. I'm numb. Or I feel very numb around my mum. Some of you have got a parenting energy of like, they make me feel numb. Like I just don't feel anything for anyone or for my mum. Like there's no feelings that go between you and your mother. Like I just feel completely numb. Like, ugh, no. Like blocked off, guarded, protected, don't want to know my mum. Some of you might be looking for ID. There was a message there around identification. Like I need to find out where I belong and who my mother is or who my father is. Okay. Might be a child. Okay, child. Because I think one of the remote viewings that I did was around like a secret pregnancy of like, I may be pregnant and I need to find out. I don't know who the father is because I may have slept with more than one person here. Pisces spirit. What have we got for Pisces? So like I said, some of you have chosen to just choose yourself in all of this. Like above all, I just choose myself, right? That's what I always do. I always choose myself. That's because I'm single. But like I choose me. Okay. I choose me. Michelle. Anybody's got M or E in their name? M or Lee or Emma or me? So anybody that starts with M or starts with E or Emma or Emily or me. Me. So that means me, right, Spirit? Does it mean me? I don't know. No, I mean actually me. Axon Jackson. You got very complicated energy here, Pisces, because there's choices here. Like you've got like a Seven of Cups energy of trying to make a choice, trying to make a decision. But some of you are still wrapped up in that that marriage energy, okay, marriage with children, you know, because you've got like a retrograde moment that's kind of finishing now. We end retrograding on the 29th and it's now the 26th. So you've got like an 8 energy, okay? Like stay or go. Should I stay or should I go? What should I do? Should I stay here? Should I leave here? Should I go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? There's like a new energy of a 1. Where do I go from here? Okay. Start as I mean to go on. But I need to start. Something hasn't started yet. Hasn't even started. Like I haven't even started. Right? So what is going on? What have they not started, Spirit? Projects? Project manager? Like I've just started something new. And I've just started something new. So some of you've got like this new energy around you that hasn't started. Like you haven't actually started anything with this person. They're just sort of there, which means that it could be someone approaching. Okay, a roach, that would be a fish because that's a roach. Brooch, Brooks, Shields, Brooks. Brooke, oh, okay. Someone, Brooke, oh God, if you're from England, like me, you'll know what I mean. What was that television program that was Brookside? Was that Leeds? I don't know, Brookside. Hey, kid, you're right there, our kid. Hey, kidder. I think it was like Manchester or something. Brookside. Okay. I've got people here that are from, go on the Brits, oosh, like Manchester, Leeds, Britain. Are you single? Anybody out there single from Britain? Something hasn't started, but it's there, but I haven't chosen yet. I'm not the chosen one. I haven't chosen the one yet. What is going on, bruv? I cannot for the life of me, for the life of Brian, someone that's Jewish, Brian, Brittany, can't figure it out, Pisces, don't quite know what's happening. Sometimes I can really put the story together quite well, and sometimes I can't because there's like decisions to be made that haven't really been made yet. Like I need to make my bed and lie in it. Ooh. Someone was lying in someone's bed. Someone was sleeping with the enemy. That came up in another reading. I think it was Gemini. Because it was to do with the nursery rhyme of the three little bears. And who's been sleeping in my bed? Right? And someone had to make the bed and cover it up before someone got back. That is it. That's it. I figured out your messages, Pisces. Sorry. A little while ago, right, you had a reconciliation energy, definitely within your tarot, where someone decided to go back with their ex during retrograde. And the first message was, be careful because someone's covering up about sleeping with someone in their bed, because it was to do with the three little bears. I think this was like last month. And it's just come to me. Okay. And it was someone making a choice about a 5, because I'm sure your tarot had that, because I mean, I'm a Pisces, so I always kind of remember Pisces reading. And it was to do with a Hierophant and a marriage and a commitment. Okay. And then you had a very good reading because someone returned to someone because that's what they wanted. They make a choice and they went back and then it turned bad. Okay. So what I'm picking up for you is someone was and still is lying about who was sleeping in someone's bed because there was, if you can recall, right? Total recall, Arnold. But if you can remember the 5th of November, I don't know. Can you remember the 5th of November? The 5th of November was a very important date for a lot of you. The 5th of November. So it wasn't that long ago. So it could have been that time. Bonfire at night. So there was an energy of where your message was, I need to tidy up real quickly because someone's about to come home. Like I'm about to get someone and I need to tidy up because they're about to visit or they're about to come back and I need to clear up the evidence so the person doesn't know when they get here, right? Because there was a choice being made at the time of whether it was someone visiting someone or moving on, and I need to clear up all of this stuff, right? But then there was also a message of, I need to clear up all of the evidence so the person doesn't know that the person's been in your apartment or your home sleeping in your bed. And that's why it related to the three little bears. So whoever it was in this scenario, okay, that broke up, they split up with someone because of maybe an involvement of another person. This person could be weightlifting or like trying to get fit, and maybe so the person recognized them. They could be into the gym, okay, or lifting a lot of weights and stuff like that, okay. But regardless, this person, when they made that choice, because the message was, you made your bed, you lie in it, right? That's it. You make your bed, you lie in it. You make your choice, you made your decision, you make your bed, you lie in it. But then the message went on to, you made a choice, but now I've been lying in your bed. So it related to someone that had the same kind of placement somewhere of another Piscean energy or life path 3. And you made your choice, but now you go back to the person that lied to you about lying in your bed, of sleeping with someone else or talking to their ex and going back with their ex. And it had to do with maybe children being involved or an ex or a husband or something. And you made your choice. You go back to your partner, but they lied to you and they're lying to you. And that's why this 2 kept coming up. And that's what it was, that hidden within that high priestess energy is the fact that someone was completely and utterly lying to their person, trying to get them to go back to a validation or abandonment loop, because they abandoned the person, kicked them out. They moved, kicked them out physically. Okay, they took all their shit and they went. But then the person came back and told them to come back to their house or home. And they came back, but as they did, the person was covering up evidence, right? To make sure that there was no evidence left behind for that person to know that they'd been doing whatever they'd been doing. So they were lying. And some of you, you're with someone that's still lying, right? Could be a Leo energy or Leon or Dion Warwick. Dion keeps coming up, Leon keeps coming up, or Leo. But lying, because that's like lying, lion, Brian, Ion, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan. I actually know a Ryan, and he's done exactly the same thing. I don't know what star sign it were. I used to work with the person, and then I found out that he was slept with someone behind his wife's back. Yeah, that's what Spirit's getting me to do. Some of you that are married, your husband or your wife physically slept with someone, and that's what you don't know. If you do know that, then that's the fool you know is the one that you're foolish to be with someone that slept with another person. There you go. If you know that, you know that. You don't need an answer. So you don't trust the person, right? Now, for you guys that don't, Spirit's giving me a validation. Or anybody's got V in the name? V. This V has been coming up for quite a while, and I said there's not that many names that actually begin with V, first or last. Okay, but what this person is unaware of is, because of Spirit getting me to look at, when I channel, right, there'll be certain things that happen in my life, okay, my life, that will relate to a story later on in life that I think, that's what they're trying to tell me, right? There was a scenario where someone was a chef, or the name Jeff, right? They had a pub and they were running a pub, him and his wife, but he slept with the chef. It was a she. Okay, I was the manager of the kitchen at the time, kicked me out because he weren't making enough money off me. So he got this woman to actually do all of the cooking, but him doing what he does actually now works for the police force. Slept with the chef, okay, and behind his wife's back. And now I think she allowed that because she stayed with him. But then when he was also out at a later date, he phoned my ex-twin flame, my first ever twin flame that is now one of my best friends. She's a Libra, so there's the 2 energy, and phoned her up and said, do you want to come over and have some Pringles and watch fucking Netflix? And she was like, no, I fucking don't. Because he told her what he did. They met at a club. Okay, and he bumped into her and he was like, oh, God, guess what happened? I slept with someone behind my back, and then got her phone number and then phoned her up and said, do you want to come over for the night? And he's still married. So you've got someone here, those what I'm telling you, that story is in your reading. It's something to do with someone that has been married and is keeps sleeping with someone else or sleeping with other people or has done. And it relates to the story of the three little bears who's been sleeping in my bed, and they've been covering it up and not telling the truth about they have an extracurricular activity of like looking at other women, possibly, or men, but women, say, whilst in a marriage and a commitment. And that energy there is still going on. It's still going on. Ron, Rachel, anybody that has R in the name R. Well, any of the names that I've mentioned that you've picked up through here, really. Lee. They still have this, unless some of you want to get married, because there's an energy of marriage here. Marriage. But I'm also hearing drinking, like alcohol, like a lot of alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. Yeah, there's your messages, Pisces. So what we are going to do is now, this is where, if these messages really do relate to you, okay, and this is without the tarot, and you're thinking, Steve, you're bang on, these messages really relate to me. You don't have to tell me in the comment section, people, that they don't. People are saying, Steve, great reading, thanks, but nothing ever relates to me. You don't need to tell me that. If your life's great, then I don't know why you watch tarot, right? Right? Because tarot or these are really always about guiding people out of things that they're in to help support and guide them, right? I'm not a how do I become successful and all that reader. That's not me. I don't do all of that. I help people like metaphysically connected, find their partner, find their path, find their way. Okay, if messages don't relate to you, they don't relate, right? If you've got a great life, then there ain't much point, right? You're not really looking for anything. And if you are, then what you need is a personal reading. If you don't understand channeling at all, then just go and watch one of the 10 billion readers that just are constantly making shitloads of money just by constantly doing readings all the time. It's up to you what you want to do. But I do readings on the other side, right? So you get your weekly readings by all star signs. Then we do couples, and then we also do a single energy, so we can try and match the third or fourth parties, if there is one, and how the metaphysical ones are possibly being affected by the third or fifth energy, right? We do all of those on the other side. So this is where, if you're like, right, this really does relate to me, and you want to pay $4 per month, which is nothing. You want to pay $4 per month to have access to all of it. Now I know that this is the set of questions that I would be asked as a reader. These are the ones that I look for in this specific reading that you get. Okay. And that will be on the other side. But you did actually have a Pisces reading probably about a week, 3 or 4 days ago, I think. Not that long ago. But now I know I'm going to do you another reading, and this is your bonus one. And then I'll progress on with the other readings, because I haven't done a couple of readings for a while for the people over there. The next reading that will be available will be Cancer, doing one of these, because I haven't done those for a little while. I need at least 5,000 views per video in order to do another one. So when it's up to 5,000 views, if you want another reading, just check the last reading of your star sign. Say, Steve, it's gone past or is 5,000 views. Can you check it and then do us a reading? That's when I'll start to consider doing the star signs. If you want a personal reading or you want my contact details or anything like that, it's at the beginning on the QR code. Okay. So thanks very much. Really do appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.